A brand new product for 2021, Kawai unveils the KDP75. We're really excited because it is the entry, most affordable in-home digital piano from Kawai. Let's check it out.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Mara. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We really appreciate your support, and we love to interact with you guys.
Entry line.
KDP.
It's like a complete thing. It comes with the stand, the backing, the pedals,
the bench,
88 keys, a matching ergonomically correct bench. Everything's the right height, so you don't have to worry about getting tired and worn out.
Which is nice.
It's got a nice closing lid on it. The other thing I liked about it, even though it is an entry line unit, was the action. It did play the pianos and electric pianos I absolutely liked. The action was a little funny for me on some of the strings and the organ sounds. That's just, I just want to put that out there. By funny, I mean it seems like the response with the key is just a little bit more than I anticipated. In other words, I wanted it to be a little harder to play, but it was pretty easy to play, I guess.
Well, so tell me, when you were a kid learning piano, what did most parents buy their kids who were going to learn piano?
An out-of-tune spinning piano. Is what you spend all your time practicing.
And for about this much money, $8.99?
Yeah, probably close to it.
And it's interesting to think, now here we are today, what does this look like?
It looks like a spin-it piano, but if you compare this to a spin-it piano, this is a phenomenal instrument. This is something that if you had this in the 60s, you'd have been a major recording star if you had the only one, because it has all those sounds in it, and that was unheard of.
It's neat to think about how far we've come, and we can be real nitpicky on like, well, it doesn't sound like this or it doesn't play like this.
It's great to be spoiled.
It's great to be spoiled.
This is the best time to be alive in terms of technology and fun and stuff like that.
It's great. So yeah, Kawai KDP, their Kawai Digital Piano Series, is their entry line series in their digital piano world. And so they have the KDP series, it goes up to the CN series with the CN29 and CN39, and then the CA series, which is 49, 59, 79, 99 and so those obviously span many price points. And so all the way down at $8.99 for a KDP 75, going up to the CA 99, which is about $6,000. And so they span that gap, and they offer different features along the way. But the KDP 75 is really a neat instrument because of the price point, because of what you're getting. At $8.99, you're looking at some portable instruments and saying, well, it does this, it does that. And so you look at what Kawai's coming here and saying, hey, at this price point, we want something that pretty much anyone can hope to afford and start at a good price point. So it does have that responsive hammer compact action, the same that's on their ES110. So really a nice action. 2 sensors on it. If you do move up to the more expensive KDP 120, it does have the triple sensor, a little bit nicer action on that one, the responsive hammer compact 2. And so yeah, so it is the entry level. It's exactly the same size as the 120, but just a couple of differences, and I would say pretty big differences when it comes to action and sound.
I love the idea of this being some little kid's first piano, where he signs on to take lessons in it because he's got a complete, great instrument that functions properly. I spent a lot of time exploring on every piano I ever got to practice on. Not just the one at home, but I used to practice a lot at other places. They had, recreational centers and churches, and all of them had 2 or 3 pianos. But every single piano was beat up or used or worn in a different way. So you had to check every single key and take it apart and look inside and make sure everything was functioning right, just to see what makes this piano different than the other one I practiced on. And that's I rehearsed like that for a couple of years. I did not have an instrument in my house. And so I was always a teenager going out and spending 2 or 3 hours in some obscure location playing on an instrument. This right here just answers all the needs for any student, particularly beginning student, because this would really fire up a little kid to get going on this.
And so you get great sound, like you were saying. It's not going to fall apart on you, which is the advantage of going to get that free Craigslist piano or
Right,
getting a $500 spin it that's not worth $500.
You can pick it up and move it.
79 pounds, I believe. Headphone jack, so no one's going to disturb you. You're not going to be disturbing anyone else. Does have speakers on it as well, so you can be playing it out, filling up a room. What's nice is over the predecessor, so over the KDP70, which was the predecessor to the 75, they finally added the Shigeru Kawai piano sample. And so before it was just their EX sample, which is Kawai's, I believe it's discontinued now, but their 9-foot piano, they now only make the SKEX,
right.
which is the very, very famous.
They only make the perfect piano at the top. They don't make like a secondary or the tertiary.
Yeah, and so the EX sample too, they sometimes keep that in some of the other models because it's a great sound and a great sample they spent a lot of money on doing, but they offer it in combination with the SK EX. But yeah, the Shigeru Kawai is now on the KDP75, so you do get that. You also get the harmonic imaging on it. So that's just going to be consistent between this and the 120, as well as moving into the CN series where it starts getting progressive harmonic imaging. But so great sounding instrument, 192 note polyphony, so that's all. And so if you're a beginner or your first time looking, polyphony is how many notes can be played at the same time. And so plenty of polyphony right there for you. Also can be controlled with an application, but it does need to be connected with a wire. So they did add a very easy USB to MIDI controller, so plugging into an iPad or into an Android device, you can download the app, the piano remote, and then use it as a controller. There aren't any screens on it, it's all button based. So it's sometimes easier to get that and work with it, and you can click the different sounds. We're going to test the sounds out here in a minute, but there's 4 piano sounds, 11 more voices, I believe, after that. So we'll go through all those. There's not too many, and we'll kind of hear what it sounds like. We're going to be running directly from this unit. I believe that just the output power on this is, I think, 9 watts a side. So only about 18 watts of power coming out of it if you're playing it in the room. Enough to fill a small space and definitely practice with it at your home, but we will be running it directly out to kind of play, and you guys will hear it a lot louder, so you'll hear the samples actually coming in direct. So let's take a listen.
Patrick, that first sample that comes up is the SKEX, that grand piano sample that comes on here. That thing sounds better than it plays. That's all I can tell you. It's not that there's anything with this action. I'm not coming at it like it's just easier to play. And I expected to have to hit the keys a little harder to get that sound. And so that to me was a little bit surprising. But it is phenomenal that a beginning student will have this kind of action and that kind of sound, which is a great true piano sound, from the very beginning, and it's always in tune. Because you got to remember, a lot of people grew up playing on out-of-tune spinets, and I know those days are long gone, and I don't want to keep talking about it, but this is a phenomenal spin-it piano for the home replacement that's contemporary, modern, and technologically complete. I mean, it's got the bench, everything, the pedals.
Yeah, the complete package is very, it's
you could spend more and get less by getting just a keyboard and a stand and then another bench and all that. That's why I like this as a great package.
Yeah, no, it's a great get your foot in the door. Start with something that's going to sound great. It's going to play great. And being with that SKEX, had the versatility of that with the piano remote app that you can get with it. So the piano remote app basically allows you to go in and you can make actual adjustments with the virtual technician and say, hey, I want the piano to be a little bit brighter. I want it to, I want the action to be a little bit softer. And you can, I think there's 13 parameters that you can basically go through and make the sample yours, and that's done through modeling. So that's just something that's fun to be.
That would be fun to do,
to be aware of, and so really kind of makes the instrument unique, makes it more versatile to you, to the player. Again, put in headphones, make it your experience, and be there playing. A great entry instrument, because I don't think they built this with like, oh, this is going to be someone's forever instrument. At that price point at $899, they're saying, okay, this is your budget. This is as good of a product as we can make for this. Hope you guys like it, and I think it's a home run. I think there'll be a lot of these sold just because of that price point, and I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. 3-year warranty on the KDP series. They of course do have the 120 and the 75. The 75 comes in a black, like a satin black, and also a satin white. So kind of you can choose what style you're looking for. But really, I see this as a great instrument for that person who needs to practice piano. They're taking a piano course in college. They need something in their room that's small that they can work with. This or the bigger brother, the KDP 120, would be a great addition. KDP series from Kawai, of course this is the 75. We are going to do a comparison of the two, so make sure you guys see that. We'll play them side by side and kind of talk about which action we like better with the different sound qualities, and how the differences are and what lines up in that. I think it's about a $300 difference. We also will be comparing the KDP series to the CN series to the CA series, so make sure you subscribe, because that will be an interesting video to see which digital piano might be right for you. And also we want to bring the KDP series and compare it to the YDP series from Yamaha and some of the Roland digital pianos too, then that same price point. So kind of just overview, what's the best $1,200 to $1,500
put them out there
in-home digital that money can buy. So make sure you guys are subscribed. We love making these videos, love bringing you guys content. This is Ted. I'm Patrick with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, and you can find us online at alamomusic.com. KDP75. Thanks for watching.